Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and let's talk about it because you know I was gonna have to have my comments and my 2 cents in, but Doom Patrol and Titans are canceled after season 4, which honestly I'm not surprised, honestly, but it's just another L, honestly, for HBO Max because even though I don't like Titans, I think Doom Patrol was really good. I think Doom Patrol, just like season 1 of Swamp Thing, you take obscured characters and you stay as accurate as possible to the material. You can create a good show. It's just that it sucked that a lot of people didn't appreciate Doom Patrol because a lot of people didn't know of Doom Patrol, but that doesn't mean that it's not a good show. I will definitely say that out of all of the DC HBO Max shows, by far, Doom Patrol is the best one. I know it's the most weird. It's a weird, quirky kind of little thing. Like, it is like a jacked up version of the X-Men. You know what I mean? And, you know, it's still debatable whether Doom Patrol came out first, X-Men came out first. I believe it was Doom Patrol, but it really doesn't matter. It's still a good series at the end of the day. And now that it's done, I hope with the popularity of Brendan Fraser, with his performance from The Well, we'll get more people to give Doom Patrol a chance. It's everything a lot of people have been talking about how, you know, especially the quote unquote fake comic book fans and readers or whatever who be talking about, diversity and inclusion or whatever. You got diversity and inclusion all throughout that show. All right, there is a lot of queerness up in that show. There's a lot of diverse voices and people in that show as well. So you can't really say that there's no diversity. And surprisingly, it actually made Cyborg work, which is kind of strange because, you know, you have a character like Cyborg who they try to force in the Justice League, didn't work, but for some reason it worked with Doom Patrol, which is kind of crazy how that works. Like, you made it work in Doom Patrol, but you couldn't make Cyborg work with Justice League. So honestly, it's kind of crazy too because, you know, DC is also doing like Doom Patrol comic book is coming back now. I'm surprised Cyborg's not on the team. I would love for Cyborg to do double duty on the team. Like, he's on Doom Patrol, but he's also in the new upcoming Titans book, which I'm worried about too. But that's another topic for another day. But Titans been garbage since season 1, honestly, and we should have known better when we had the fuck Batman line anyway, and the fact that Dick Grayson was acting more like Tim Drake any goddamn way, because, you know, you have this whole Bo Staff thing and the Robin suit being mimicked off of Tim Drake, and honestly, I don't care what none of y'all say. At this point, I'm so sick of everybody trying to change Dick Grayson and Jason Todd's Robin suits. We know what the fuck them suits is. If Bart Ward can wear it from the Batman show, Britton Thawne and Curtis Boynes can wear that costume. Stop changing the original Robin costume. Honestly, I don't care if you don't like it. It ain't about you. That's the costume that he wore for years. That's the costume he should still be wearing to this day. I mean, when you're going back in the past with Dick Grayson, honestly, you know, y'all, it's not our fault that, you know, Chuck Dixon and them came up with a better costume for Robin, which is Tim Drake. Stop taking Tim Drake shit and giving it to Dick Grayson and Jason when y'all want to adapt them and skip over Tim Drake or whatever. But Titans did bring a little bit of good things. It did bring a decent live action Raven, which isn't bad. Donna Troy, which, you know, Connor Leese played the hell out of Donna Troy. I would have loved to see her more, and I would have loved to see her play more of a role, but it is what it is. I just mad about that death. That death scene, that was really stupid. Joshua Orphan, oh my god, if we can get him in a movie with Henry Cavill as Superman, that would have been perfect, because that boy looks like a mini Henry Cavill. He really does. I don't care what none of y'all say. He looks like a mini Henry Cavill. Let's see who else did one. The Alan Richardson and God, I'm drawing a blank on the lady who played Dove. Fantastic, fantastic looks and feels to the characters. Like, wow, they really look like they came out of the comic book, which is kind of strange. Is like, that's when y'all picked and choose when it was convenient for y'all to be comic book accurate to these characters or whatever. Deathstroke was pretty nice. That was really interesting. But, you know, the show just was downhill because it just started off bad. A lot of the casting choices was kind of terrible. You had Ryan Porter as Beast Boy. When was Beast Boy Asian? Honestly, you know what I'm saying? And you didn't really utilize him. You might as well have kept his ass in Doom Patrol if that was the case. You know, that could have been something. But it was, I don't know, the show just wasn't all that interesting. And the miscasting of Tim Drake, Starfire, you know, the fact that a lot of the costumes, I mean, a lot of the characters, it took them until season 4 to get a costume. Like, why the hell does it take 4 seasons for a motherfucker to get a costume, or 3 seasons to get a costume, and then it's not even close to accurate to the characters? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just made no logical sense, honestly. But again, you pick and choose when it's convenient for costumes. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But then, of course, you know, people are talking to James Gunn about it, and James was like, "Oh, it was already canceled before we even got control of it." And it's just like, nobody's trying to hear your excuses, James, because at the end of the day, they put you in charge of DC Studios, which means that you're in charge of all of the shows that are greenlit through it. So you can easily bring these shows back. You can easily, like, even though they had canceled it, you as a CEO can veto that and say no. That's what, and I understand there are some things maybe or whatever, but come on now, they just announced it right now. Don't tell me you didn't have the power to veto, because when your monkey ass first came into DC, your monkey ass was able to be like, oh no, fuck Henry Cavill and fuck the Man of Steel 2 sequel movie that we were gonna fast track because everybody was really excited about Superman. No, we're gonna get rid of him, but we made sure we gonna keep your bitch ass Peacemaker and that stupid ass Harley Quinn show. Like, come on now. And both those shows haven't even done good. Honestly, if you really want to talk, Doom Patrol and Titans ratings from the streaming thing is better than Harley Quinn and Peacemaker. So it's strange. It's strange that those 2 shows are still going on, but the shows that did better than them are getting canceled. And then when people confront you about it, you're like, you want to make an excuse. You keep making excuses when you get called out about the nonsense. And then it's kind of like, what's the point of HBO Max? Because almost all of the DC properties that Warner Brothers have is going off of HBO Max. HBO Max is canceling almost all of its DC original content. So again, what is the point of fucking HBO Max? But you want people to buy the damn thing, but you still want to promote it too. But you're getting rid of most of the DCEU movies because you're also doing a reboot. You're getting rid of most of the DC animated shows as well. And you're canceling a lot of the DC original shows. So again, what is the point of HBO Max? You know what I'm saying? What is the point? There is literally no point of HBO Max at all. There's no point of DC at this point. Like, you can't even keep some of the shows on there. I mean, and then you green light Gotham Knights. Are you fucking kidding me? That should have been something you came in and said, hell no, in the body bag. If y'all can veto Batgirl, then you can veto Gotham Knights. Then you can prevent the cancellation of the Titans and Doom Patrol. Even though I don't even give a damn about Titans. It's Doom Patrol I really care about, honestly. It's just the fact that you guys keep coming up with excuses, and then when people call you out, you want to be like, oh, this and that and stuff like that. All I'm hearing is excuses, just like, oh, the new slate for DC is coming soon, just in the next 7 days. Motherfucker, it is January the 26th. How many more days you think January got? Because what are the next 60 days in January? Because you keep talking about in the coming days of January. You got like less than a week to figure out something. But again, I never even trusted Gunn anyway. But you know, hey, that's what y'all want to do. Y'all want to hire goofy pedo director to run your studios, but you didn't have a plan. I keep trying to tell people every time everybody want to try to talk mess about Snyder or whatever, say what you want, but the motherfucker had a plan. Everybody after Snyder had no plan. That's why nothing was coherent. Now they're also trying to push Shazam right now because Shazam's about to come out, about to start. You know, they're starting ramping up promotion for Shazam and the Flash. But it's just like, for what? Who the fuck cares? The shit's getting rebooted. That's the problem. Like, you have lost goodwill with your customers, with your fan base. I know there are some people who are excited for the shit, and that's great. But again, like Eric July said, cosplayers and moviegoers are not your majority fan base. They will sit up there and say yes to this stuff because they want to be seen and heard by the studio or whatever, or because you know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, long term, this stuff isn't going to work. And if you can cancel these two shows, you can cancel other stuff. Or at this point, like I had one person that was talking about, why don't you just put all 4 of the movies to HBO Max? You might as well. And then just charge a premium for it if you want people to watch it. That way, at least you get some money from it. Because if those movies come out and they tease anything that's going on, people are going to be upset when they find out that y'all said, fuck it, we're rebooting. You get what I'm saying? But we're only selective rebooting. So it's the same thing with, like, somebody was asking me, did I hear about the news about Jason Momoa? Yeah, I heard about Jason Momoa. But I don't care. I don't care. I really don't care. Like I said, the Henry Cavill Superman thing just made me say fuck it to all of it. At this point, yeah, is there certain shows or movies or things I'm gonna miss from DC? Of course, there's certain things I miss from Marvel as well. But it ain't no point of holding on to a failed property or broken promises, because that's what it is. It's been too many broken promises that I just can't give any F's anymore to. Like, oh yeah, let me keep putting time and effort into this nonsense, or give hope that hopefully they'll get it right this time around. No, because I already know they don't. They already showed me as a fan that I'm not important. You know? So it is what it is. But those are my thoughts on the situation. Like I said, it's just sad to see that Doom Patrol is gone, but hopefully that'll bring some popularity to maybe the upcoming Doom Patrol run. Hopefully Doom Patrol comic book will be good. Titans, yikes. Just everything was just off about that show. It was so bad that the legendary George Perez was like, I would never watch that because though they're my babies and I just can't see the way, you know what I'm saying? So if he was rejecting the Titans show, you know it was bad. But yo, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.